Back to the task at hand. You know, the Kansas City played an awfully big role in the evolution of baseball, in fact, creating their own league.
Vine Street, Kansas City, rich in African-American history of a bygone era. But if you walk into the Negro Leagues Museum, you will walk back into one of the most significant periods of American history.
What it's going to give you is not only a perspective on the history of the Negro Leagues, this is a history of America. It's America at her worst, but it's also America at her triumphant best.
The museum holds artifacts of 6 decades of a league created because black players were not allowed to play with white players. There are theaters.
Some teams simply folded on the road when they ran out of meal money.
There is a baseball field with bronze statues representing the greatest Negro League players, including Satchel Paige.
In his prime, they clocked his fastball at 105 miles per hour. The lore and legend surrounding him is really around how old he was, and we don't know. And that's what makes it even better.
On this field of dreams, Satchel Paige's catcher is Josh Gibson.
The lore and legend surrounding Josh Gibson, who many will call the black Babe Ruth, but there are others who saw Gibson play who will call Ruth the white Josh Gibson, still believed to be the only man to ever hit a ball completely out of Yankee Stadium.
While Gibson, like many black baseball players, were considered stars, even in the eyes of white America, they were still refused service in restaurants and hotels.
So yes, it wasn't uncommon for these men to play in a town, fill up the ballpark, but not be able to get a meal in the same town from the same fans who had just cheered them, or not have a place to stay. Well, black businesses started to meet those needs. Negro Leagues Baseball brought them that clientele.
Jackie Robinson eventually broke the color barrier and opened the doors for Negro League stars to become Major League stars. But progress came with a price.
Jackie Robinson breaking of the color barrier was the beginning, but it also spelled the end of the Negro Leagues. We actually look at this from a standpoint that is bittersweet. And the bitter comes in the fact that you can directly parallel the rise and fall of the Negro Leagues with the rise and fall of black economy. And truthfully, black economy never recovered from losing the Negro Leagues.
The Negro Leagues may be gone, but this place seeks to preserve a time of social change, opportunity, and above all, the passion for baseball.
They had to love it to endure the things that they had to endure just to play baseball, but they would never allow those hardships to kill their love of the game. So the story itself is not about the adversity, but what they did to overcome the adversity.